I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media.
Come on!
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Good morning. It's the day after the holiday. Welcome to it. Everyone looks so beautiful. God, Donny, you look beautiful.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm ready for the day. Ready to get
We got
back,
a new angle on Demetrius here.
Yeah. What is that all? Whoa.
Oh,
It's like we're
man.
peeping in.
I am
on?
not happy right now. I don't know.
So was someone messing with your stuff?
Like, what the? Yeah,
I
don't.
So while Demetrius is trying to figure this out, I do want to commend Donny for something I saw from this weekend. So apparently yesterday, one of his daughters was curious about mowing the lawn.
Yes.
And how to operate that. So he helped her out, and his wife Ashley posted 3 pictures that tell a very vivid story. See, the first picture is her holding on to the lawnmower and pushing with his help behind her. Right. Then the next picture, he's just standing off to the side and supervising her while she's using it, and she's all smiles. And then the third picture, he's gone, and she's just mowing the lawn. And that is the point where I believe he went inside for a beer, and that became her chore from now on.
Well, it was
classic
great
dad move.
It was a great dad move, and
Thank you.
just that one time mowing the lawn has already done more chores than this whole house of 5 girls combined. So, kudos to you, Donald P. However,
Thank you. Yeah, Ashley explained the progress, like teaching someone to ride a bike. Like, you're there, you're a little less there, then you're gone. Poof.
And they ride by themselves. They can go out and do whatever.
My brother made that same mistake at around 9 or 10 years old. And he's like, "Oh, the lawnmower, can I try it?" And my dad was like, "Sure, go right ahead."
I know. So Donny, did you do any Cedar Point this weekend? It was the last Wicked Twister ever in history. Did you ride? Were you one of the last riders?
No. I'll tell you something, you guys. I actually, I'm glad you asked. We're taking a big gamble this weekend, you guys. So this was the last holiday weekend, of course, until Halloween weekends and stuff. So it was planning, expected to be a pretty busy weekend, a pretty big weekend. Well, we are taking a gamble. I heard a few years ago, someone told me that opening weekend for NFL is like a secret slow day to go because everyone's watching football. And it was really hard to decide to miss opening weekend, but we're actually going this weekend. And I'm going to let you know if the trick works. I don't really want to. I mean, I'm not afraid to put it out there because no one's going to sacrifice it. Because it took me 3 weeks to convince Ashley to miss opening weekend. She's like, "It's opening weekend." I'm like, "There's 17 games. We've got plenty of time to watch football." This is like the one weekend where it's supposed to be like a secret to go, and it's like dead.
Wow, I didn't know that. All right, well, we'll see. Let us know, Donny. We were there all weekend. We got a cabin there for the first time.
Oh, nice.
We usually do maybe the hotel, but we did a cabin, which was interesting. It's kind of like a tiny home because on the outside the cabins look small, but you get in and they sleep like 11 people. So there's 2 futons, just 2 futons in the living room. So you put 2 on each futon, and then there's a loft area that you can't stand up, but there's 2 full twin beds up there. So you can lay in there. There's TVs in every room. Then there's a separate bedroom in the back. So you can do 10 or 11 people in there. And we had 8. I think we had 8 in there.
Oh, you did the deluxe cabin with the beds upstairs.
Yes.
That's big time, brother.
Oh, really? Is that? I didn't know that. My mom took care of all the booking. She went with us, and I don't know. I didn't do that. That's a deluxe cabin. Ooh.
Yeah, well, because the regular cabin just has the loft, and there's no beds. You got to bring sleeping bags or blow-ups or something. But you guys got hooked up with the beds upstairs.
Fancy. But it was fun. It was a great weekend. That's kind of what I did. So I missed all the Solheim Cup festivities. What did you guys? Did anyone partake in any Solheim Cup stuff?
I'll tell you what I did. I searched for it on cable yesterday in the morning, and it wasn't on until noon. And by the time noon came around, we had lost interest and did other things. That was my extent.
You didn't partake in any of the festivities or anything. Nobody.
No.
Yeah.
We were gonna go to an after
I
party.
partook in dealing.
What's
I was
that?
gonna say, I partook in dealing with the construction that they had coming up to Solheim Cup.
Yeah.
Well, they
That
just
was-
closed the
that was-
road.
Yeah, they closed Door Street completely. All right, so let's get to this. Larissa Ann from Texas asks how Gina is feeling. Gina is now with us. For those who don't know, Gina got the Rona.
Oh,
I
Gina.
thought I had the Rona last week. I thought for sure I had it because I couldn't smell or taste anything. But I took 3 tests. I took 2 at-home tests right here, and then I went to the doctor just to be sure. And I was completely negative, and I can now smell and taste. So I guess it was just a weird cold, but I've never had a cold where I couldn't smell or like this is the first time in my history of my life I could not smell or taste. I thought for sure I had it, and I didn't. And then turns out that Gina does have it. So Gina, how are you feeling? You're the closest person I've ever known to have Corona.
Well, I feel a little bit better this morning. So it started out, I work with little kids for people that don't know. I work with kindergartners and first graders mostly, and then I work with 3rd through 8th graders, and keeping their
Petri
masks.
dishes.
Yes, and keeping their
Yeah.
masks up is impossible. Like I literally spend all day going, so and so put your mask up, so and so cover your nose, so and so stop eating your boogers. Like this is my day. Repeat. I'll put that on repeat, and that's what I do all day. So I feel like it was kind of inevitable that I was going to get this.
Right.
But anyways, I woke up, I felt fine all week. I woke up Saturday morning and I felt like I had a head cold. Like, you know how when you spend too much time in a pool and how you feel like after you spend a lot of time in a pool with a lot of chlorine, that's kind of what I felt like. And we went up to the outlet malls in Howell. So, I'm like, well, it's just a cold. I'm, a little stuffy. No Corona symptoms. None. No, like none of the traditional Corona symptoms. And I stopped and got gas on the way. So I remember I was right across from San Marcos because I was like, damn, that smells so good because I was starving. So we went up to Howell. We went out to eat, and I was really disappointed in the food because it was super bland. But it wasn't. Well, I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. I have no idea. But thankfully, Mars insists we wear masks even though we're vaccinated because she's a good human and she doesn't want to accidentally spread it. So I was wearing a mask the whole time, except when I was eating. Then we went to the outlet malls. I went to a couple of stores, and I was really starting to feel like this head cold was really getting to me. And I was like really sweaty and just felt crappy. And then we walked in Bath and Body Works. And you know how in the movies when you walk, like everything stops, like they do that cutaway and everything like stops in the movies, like a freeze frame, but the person keeps talking. I walked in and it felt like that. Like everything just stopped. I'm like, something's wrong. And I realized I can't smell. I could not smell anything. Within 2 hours, I went from being able to smell fine to I smelled zero when I walked into Bath and Body Works.
Which
so I knew.
That's like the perfect test. Bath and Body Works.
I was just going to say, that's like the other self-test is if you can't get one at the store, you go to Bath and Body Works.
Yeah. If you can't get a Corona test, just walk into Bath and Body.
The other one is literally any gas station bathroom.
Oh God.
And then you're good.
So then I told the girls, I'm like, hey, you guys, I can't smell anything. And with me not feeling good and not being able to smell, we should go. So we left. And I called Andrew. And I actually was calling him because months ago he went and got a rapid test in Michigan. So I was already in Michigan, so I wanted to know where he went, but it turned out that he had thought he had it earlier in the week and had some at-home tests. So I went and picked one up, and it was positive. It was like you guys won't get this, but all the women listening will. It's like the positive pregnancy test where it was like immediately, like it went straight to like bright 2 lines, and I'm like, oh shit. So I called Andrew and I'm like, I have
the same reaction that you have on a pregnancy test.
With both of my pregnancy tests, I had the exact same reaction. Like, oh fuck.
It turns positive instantly. Like he put it on you good. You pregnant girl.
Yeah. Right.
So I took the other one. It was positive. So I immediately quarantined my bedroom, which I'm in my lovely bedroom from leftover from when my kids had it as a playroom. And so
now it's mommy and daddy's playroom.
Well, no, it's just the quarantine room, right?
Now
You're
it's the
by yourself.
quarantine room. But I
Yeah.
don't
So
know.
where's Dubs during all this?
So he's around. So
Happy.
I'm so I'm quarantined because yesterday was his birthday and it sucked. So like we couldn't even do anything.
She's just
So-
shouting "Happy Birthday" from the door.
No, that's
I know.
He's
legit
like-
what happened.
He's like, I'll just slide it under the door. Just play with the top of it.
they did a duo call so I could sing happy birthday with them. And our oldest is she's not quarantined, but she can't come over. So it was the three of them downstairs and then me in the bedroom and Kayla was at home. So anyways, yeah, so I'm quarantined in the bedroom. I don't come out unless I put a N95 on and I hand sanitize and I go out to go to the bathroom. I can only taste extreme stuff, so like sweet stuff and spicy stuff, and I can't taste.
Dew.
I don't. Yeah, I could probably taste Mountain Dew. I hate
Mountain Dew
Dew
Extreme.
so I can only. That's the only thing I'll be able to drink from now on is Mountain Dew, I guess. So yeah, I felt the first 2 days all I did was sleep. Like I couldn't stay awake for more than 2 hours. It's like if you guys were around for Tiefel won't understand. The other three of you will. You remember that your wife's first trimester pregnancy, when you'd be in mid conversation and she'd just be like fall asleep. That's
Tired
what it
all the
was like.
time.
Yeah, I've never been around a woman during her first trimester of pregnancy. Never.
Right.
Okay.
Not willingly on their part. So anyways, here I am quarantined and I'm feeling a little bit better today. But I really want to say
What day
something.
are you on now?
So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. What is today? I don't even know what day it is. It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday.
Yeah.
Day 4. I can come out this Wednesday, but a week from this Wednesday, I get to go back into the real world. Everybody else in the house is taking tests today to see if they're positive. If they're not, then I think we probably have a pretty good chance of nobody else getting it. So there's that. But I want to say this because we are in the position to where, because of anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers, there's no way that any of you will not get corona. Every single person is going to get corona at some point now. There's no way around this.
I don't know if you can say that absolutely.
I mean,
Most people.
I can say it. It's as contagious as a common cold, and every single person you know has had a common cold. Every single person is going to get this at some point. At some point, we're past that. We're past the line of stopping this virus. So here's what I have to say to people that will not get vaccinated. What happens when you get it is completely up to you now. You can be in your bedroom with a bad head cold, or you can be in the hospital on a ventilator, because the people that I know that have it that are not vaccinated are either very, very, very ill at home and there's possible organ damage and things like that going on, or they're in hospitals on ventilators. And the people that are vaccinated are sitting at home going, man, this kind of sucks. Hopefully I get my taste and smell back soon. What happens when you get coronavirus, because you will, is up to you at this point. I am done feeling sorry for people. I am done with the sympathy and empathy. I am done. It is the ball's in your court, people. If you don't get vaccinated, what happens to you, and that's on you.
I mean, yeah, it is true. You can either be in the hospital when you get it, or you just write it out at home, because there is a great chance that you're going to get it. That's just the way it is. And like Natasha said, the strain ain't messing around. It's coming for your wife, your kids, come for her.
And there's going to be more. This is not the end of the strains, because we didn't do what we needed to do in the beginning. There's going to be constantly new strains coming out, which is why I'm saying you're not going to not get this. At some point, you're going to get coronavirus.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear you. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. It's funny because, yeah, I've been super busy over the summer. Haven't got a lot of time off and just been working a lot of hours. I secretly kind of hoped that I had it so I could just lay in bed for like 10 days and by myself.
I offered to cough on you.
And yeah, she did offer to cough on me. I said secretly, I'm like, I just want, then I could rediscover television again like I used to.
I haven't even turned the TV on.
Well, there's so many things I could have done.
I have not even turned on the television. So here's
no
what
wonder
I
you're so bored.
Here's what I did, you guys. I made the mistake. I started reorganizing my bedroom, which means, and I'm in the early stages, so that means that what you can't see right now is I've taken everything out of every corner and it's sitting in the middle of my room and you can't even walk through my bedroom right now.
This is how she plans on expressing her dominance over Dubs. When he finally is able to return, he's not going to be able to find anything.
No, his side of the room is really organized and nice and neat. It's my side of the room. But I don't touch his stuff. I'm just reorganizing my stuff.
I'm telling you right now, if men don't take advantage of their women recovering from Rona, like if you're not taking advantage of this, because now they have like a weak respiratory system, and when you're giving it to them, now they sound like they're out of breath. Come on now. If you're not knee deep in this, feeling like you're killing it, boys, I don't know why.
Only if you both have Rona, because bodily fluids are everywhere.
No, you can't have Rona. You have to feel like you're bringing your A game. You can't be like, a walrus with
N95 on.
Yeah. Is it worth getting Rona for that?
Yeah.
N95 on. Let's do this. I got my N95 on, baby.
And nothing else.
Yep.
It won't matter because you have bodily fluids down there, guys. You can't. And N95 is not going to save you.
That's funny. I was talking to Gina yesterday, and because I made a post over the weekend, I just it wasn't supposed to be a downer post. It was like, hey, because this week 4 years ago I just got out of prison, so. And I'm like, I'm frustrated of where I'm at in life now, not knowing, a lot of uncertainty and financial uncertainty and all that stuff. And it's like, I'm frustrated that I'm not where I would like to be. And it wasn't really supposed to be a downer post. But then at the end, I said, so I may not be as far along as I want, but I need to look back more often and see how far I've come. It's like I've come this far in the 4 years since prison. So, that's pretty good. But everyone took it as like, oh, poor guy, keep your like almost like it was
like you were gonna throw yourself off a bridge. like for real. You're like, come on.
Right.
And it's so funny.
I'll let you finish the edge. I want to say one last thing. It's like, it's almost like they didn't read till the end. It's like they just thought that I was living in this, like I was living my best life at Cedar Point, and at some down moment I wrote that, and so I was living a good life. I was having fun, blah blah blah. But it sounded like I guess I was about to jump. I was about to let the wicked twister run me over, or stand over by the what's the one that slings pieces off into your head?
Dragster.
You're just sitting by the dragster during a test run. Hopefully a piece would fly off and hit
just wishing you were that lady. Right. Like, why was she so lucky?
Right.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah. Oh, like you were the one person in line that at Auntie Anne's Pretzels, and they were like, we're out of dough. And you were like, no, to Facebook I post. Oh, my life is a horror. There is no salt or butter or cinnamon butter. Say it ain't so.
People like, hang in there, buddy. It's going to get better. Count your blessings. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't have the Rona?
I know. So here's the coup. No, I tested 3 times. Here's the coup de grace. The coup de grace is an old friend of mine from the Flint area. Said, hey man, I got to send you something. What's your email address? I give my email address.
Suicide prevention hotline.
I apologize. He sends me something. He's like, I just sent you something. I look at my Cash App. He sent me $1,000.
Oh shit! Oh.
Can I get your friend's number? My life sucks.
He's like, man, my life is great. I have no complaints. If you can, this could probably help you a little bit or something like that.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, was the post that depressing? I didn't even think it was.
I didn't think it was either.
Maybe you should start posting that once a week. Now it's a gig.
It's a job.
When I read it, I was like, yeah, I'm proud of you. Like that's how I took it too. But
it did motivate me to send you one red cent.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, is he serious? Like,
I
like,
thought about
thanks,
charging
man.
you for making me read that.
Instead of money request. I do that every
You
now
owe me
and then to
$10.
Andrew. I'll send ridiculous amounts of Cash App money requests to him.
Here's
every once in a while.
here's the funny part is, so I'm like, Colleen, look, my buddy just sent me $1,000, and she sent me a Cash App request for $9.99. I'm like, get out of here.
That's a deal. That's a deal right there. You're getting a deal. You're just leaving money on the table. You don't take that.
Josh says, serious question, Andrew. What's on your shirt? Popsicles, drumsticks.
Well,
Or
if you're
pineapples.
talking about the print, I'm not sure, but yes, popsicles and drumsticks are definitely on that shirt somewhere.
Yeah, well, those are stains though. But yes. Do you know? I think Donny called it. What is it, Donny?
Pineapples.
Yes, they're pineapples, and it's funny because there's a new there's a group called Cedar Point Confidential, because I wore this shirt at Cedar Point, and someone said, "Dude, are you a swinger?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Cedar Point Confidential, dude. I guess people that wear pineapple shirts to Cedar Point, then that's like the signal that they're swingers." Have you heard?
I just heard that last week.
Who
What's
use
that?
like certain code words for IKEA furniture to buy children.
Are you saying that there is a secret underground
No,
sex,
there isn't. No,
like
no,
like
no.
Yes,
under
no,
at Cedar Point? Like
No.
it's all
Well-
family friendly on top. Kids are great. Everything's good. And then after dark,
Andrew, Tiefel needs to borrow that shirt now.
I know. Go
so
ahead.
Well,
I've already
I
put
actually-
10 in my Amazon cart.
I actually just heard about it last week, the pineapple thing, but Cedar Point wasn't a part of how I heard about it. I just heard about it.
Oh, in general?
Making a joke
Yeah,
at work. So
They probably
Not
didn't
that-
want their name in it when they were talking to you about it. They were like, "We can't tell Donnie at
you
Cedar
can't tell
Point.
Donnie
It-
at Cedar Point.
it'll crush him."
So do you
I mean,
if you're
it makes
staying at
sense.
Breakers, do you like put a pineapple in the window?
No, you don't do any
your
of
door
that. It's
hanger?
not real. None of it is real. Stop.
Oh,
This
man.
is not how
Well,
any
no.
of this works.
We'll know it's real the next time that Donnie and Ashley go to Cedar Point and we see them both wearing pineapple.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I mean, we get hit up anyways. I don't even have to wear the pineapples. What room you guys in? Don't worry about it, mister.
We're staying in another hotel. We're just visiting this one.
Oh, good times. So,
Well, first of all, Colleen says upside pineapples have always been a swinger thing, but I want to know how she knows.
right? Yeah, I want to know how she knows too.
She's a swinger. She just didn't tell you.
They just call that cheating. That is not swinging when your partner doesn't know. It's not like, "Oh, I didn't know you were into lumberjacking." It's just that's something you can pop on a spouse when you're like, "Wow, I get random dick every once in a while." I forgot to tell you. That's cheating.
Hey, I forgot. I didn't tell you I'm a swinger. Well, wait, we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
We're both
Yeah.
supposed to be cool with that.
Yeah, I like to swing. You see me out in the backyard on the kids' play set all the time, just swinging my ass off. There wasn't a point in it that you thought maybe you should invite me to this party.
Yeah. It
I got car keys.
gets real awkward back at the hotel. Why doesn't he seem very comfortable? Aren't you guys swingers? Well, I am. He's not.
Yeah. He thought this was a timeshare presentation.
Oh, good times. Oh my God. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. It is a special Tuesday edition. If you get a chance, hit one of the emojis, the emoticons, so you can laugh, you can cry, you can heart, do whatever you want. Do that. Also share the feed in your feed, make some comments on there like Larissa does. Like
Everybody should do the cry emoji because then people will watch to see what they're crying about. Like just everybody, just do the cry
wow.
emoji.
Yeah, what's going on? I need a good cry. It's Tuesday. So Larissa said this show went from Corona to swinging. Yes, it did.
This is the most ADD show on the
This is-
podcast webs.
So what happened? What's going on with your feed? D, would you change your whole?
I
look
didn't. Well, I got all right. So I have like cameras. Like, and first, I don't want it to sound weird, but I have
cameras.
it already does.
I have cameras. It already sounds weird.
Hold on, they're coming for me. Anyway, so I
Give us your hard drive.
Yeah, I have like 2 cameras, and then the one that I always use just decided it wasn't going to turn on anymore, and so the one that I never used was like, hey, well, I guess it's time for me to step up, and he turned.
Are you talking about
on.
cameras or chicks?
Well, I assume like everything around me is just waiting for its time to shine, and so it's like waiting for its opportunity. Like every camera is like, as soon as that one camera takes a shit, it's gonna be my time to shine. And so this camera stepped up and was like, well, here you are. And like I feel that way about my coffee. I feel that way about sometimes my dog. Like I assume one day my dog is going to be like, hey, it's time for me to step up. And that hasn't come yet, but I assume it will. But I don't know. Everything like changed on my computer. I don't know. Step up and do something. I don't know.
He's waiting to step up and show that he's the better camera. What's the other? He's been waiting for. Dee's been favoring this other camera for so long.
How about the dog? What's the dog waiting?
I don't know. You know what? It was that
something goes down.
It was that like that horrible animated movie, that Mighty Little Toaster. Remember that? The little toaster that could, and like it was like everybody was like, oh, they threw him in the garbage, and then he came back and it was his time to shine, and he toasted bread like nobody had ever toasted bread. So that is why I give everything
really
a shot.
What the movie is about?
It is like I assume that there is a heart of a champion in everything that I walk by.
I love that attitude for life.
Right? Like, and so that's why I don't want to throw away like a frying pan or something, because I'm like, this could be what happens when I have that moment and I have cut the frying pan from the team.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's like this. The frying pan's been on in the back of the cabinet, and here's what happens. So you go through a spurt where all the dishes are dirty, and you're like, man, just that one frying pan, I want to use that thing. You pull it out, you're like, oh my god, this is the best omelet ever.
Right? It slides out. You don't have to wiggle it or jiggle it or scoop anything underneath it. It was like the frying pan was like, oh yeah, here you go. That's Teflon baby, right there. It's sliding.
Every time Demetrius interacts with anything, he's just kind of low level in the back of his mind, has Eye of the Tiger starting.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna walk in and Demetrius is just gonna be sitting in a hoarder house. Like they're just waiting for their time to shine. I can't throw anything away.
It's not that. It's not like that. But
Demetrius, it's like he has the mind of a Disney executive.
No hoarder starts out with all the hoarding stuff.
So I saw online the other day, somebody came up with the perfect cure for a hoarder. They said just get them addicted to meth. They'll sell everything they own. Boom.
Boom.
Except they shit in buckets and things like that. So
I mean, you take the good with the bad.
Yeah, come on, Gina. It's not all good. So I had to do one more random thing. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm friends with Ginger Z. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but good friend Ginger Z.
I hear she's your good friend. Yeah,
it's been a while.
I'm anybody whose name ends in Z. I reach out to. I like to. I feel like we're part of a club. The Z Club.
He started a Facebook group.
Like yes, we're amazing is what the group is called.
We're amazing.
Yeah. She's an admin on the page. She does the weather updates.
It's a quick 60-second thing. So, my phone's next to me.
Did she cash app you $1,000 when she read your post? Did you text back, you cheap bitch?
She sent $2,000.
Yeah. So anyway, a video popped up of because this week is season premiere week for the television shows. So like everyone, like The View is back. Everyone's back. Full. Over the summer, like Good Morning America still goes on, but the summer like people are off and whatever. So it says Robin, George, Michael, GMA back for a new season. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Ginger is in the studio too. Like, if you notice, there's never been one mention of her in any promotion of the show. Like, if I'm her, do you worry about do you not worry? Do you get mad about that? It's like, hey, dude, I'm here too. I'm important as well for the fucking show.
But are you?
She does the
Are
weather.
you?
Very important.
They got that other guy who looks like he was chiseled out of a GQ magazine.
Sam Champion just sitting in the wings waiting to get his job back.
Sam Champion has just been like, sitting on the Weather Channel waiting for Al Roker or somebody to die. He's like, one day I'm getting back on real network TV. Like, one day. And
that was a real consideration until Al Roker just dropped all that weight.
Yeah, that was cancer. It was called cancer.
He
had cancer.
No, he had the surgery. It wasn't.
No, he has cancer. You were like, and then Al Roker showed him by dropping all that weight involuntarily, like Chadwick Boseman.
No, it's
now I feel bad for saying that. If you're right,
no, it's one of those things that we talked about before about choices, to where the guy that took over Jeopardy, it's like he could have stayed in the executive producer role forever, like till the end of time. He had one of the sweetest gigs in Hollywood. He decided he wanted to be the host, and then all this shit comes out and his whole world crashes, because not only did he have to quit being the host before he even started, but then he had to quit being executive producer. So Sam Champion's another one of those guys. Like, he could have stayed on Good Morning America forever. People loved him, whatever. He decided, I'm going to go to the web. At some point you get too big for your britches. You're like, okay, so we're the number one morning show. The Weather Channel's like, well, if we get the number one guy off that morning show, we're going to launch our own morning show, then we're going to be huge.
They seriously miscalculated what makes that show popular.
Right.
Yeah, they were like, George Stephanopoulos can't read a weather map.
Yeah. like you got to get this guy. So they get Sam to leave Good Morning America and go over to the Weather Channel, and then 8 months later, his show gets canceled for shitty ratings, and he's like, man. And then now he comes back and guest hosts on the GMA, so he's always in the hallways, just waiting for his chance.
Hanging out.
Yeah,
he's just hanging out.
He hears a cough anywhere near a dressing room. He's like, what? Rona? What?
Hey,
quarantine?
I got it. Ginger,
he's a mighty little toaster.
Yeah, stay in your dressing room, Ginger.
Yes.
I got it for you. I got it.
All
right.
Opportunity. Heart of a Sam Champion.
Heart of a Sam Champion. All right. So I did want to talk about one other thing real quick. And I put this on Facebook a few days ago, and stupid comes in pairs. Like, there are no couples where one person is astute and the other one is just dumb as fuck. It's like stupid has to come in pairs. I don't think there's any other way, because I think if you're smart and you're with stupid would drive you crazy. Like, you couldn't even, you eventually you would snap, because you're like, you can't be stupid.
That explains Colleen's mood streaks.
Face Tiefel. But do you agree? Like, have you ever been with a stupid significant other, and did it drive you crazy? Or does stupid just you have to find someone as stupid as you, otherwise life is going to be miserable? Did anyone ever think about this? The reason, what makes me think about it is when I watch these, I was watching the Daily Show clip online of this guy that goes to all the Trump rallies, and you see the guy and the girl, and they're both wearing, the red, white, and blue shirts with the MAGA hats, and they're both like, yeah, he's coming back in August. He sure is, baby. It's like, but you couldn't not, you can't be that bought in and then have someone shitting on it saying, dude, you're stupid. He's not coming back. He's not present. Like, you'd have to have someone that has buy-in. You'd have to be stupid together. It's not that. That's just one example, but you can't do it. Go ahead, Donny. What were you going to say?
I don't know. It's weird that this reminded me of this, but it's sad. Like Ashley Bobbit, the lady that was shot at the riot, the lady that died.
Yeah.
Like, they've talked to her husband a couple times, and I thought about that. I was like, what was that dynamic like before? Because she left, he stayed.
Did he only stay for another reason, or did he not buy into what she was? What?
I think I was trying to gather because so I like tried to look. I was trying to picture like the last couple of months before she went out there. Like, what was that like with them? Because I think he was a Trump supporter, but he wasn't like a
crazy
storm the Capitol type
right.
Trump supporter.
He was
Trump.
Trump light.
He was like, he wasn't going to come off of a babysitting money to storm the Capitol. He was like, one of us has to stay here to watch.
Right? Like, was it?
Like, I got shit coming in Amazon. I bought a Trump 2024 sweatshirt that I'm gonna wear around the neighborhood, just to show
support.
And that's supposed to come tomorrow. Because we're Prime members, and it comes next day. It was pretty awesome.
Right.
So, but you have fun with that. I don't know. I honestly think if you're gonna the dynamic there was kind of like he's like, okay, you can go, and then he was on the phone like, hello, Capitol Police. I would like to report a would-be rioter. He will be wearing a bandana and a hat and answering to the name of Mrs. So-and-so.
Right. Well, and the other thing is like, okay, let's get away from that. Let's just talk the corona. Like, could you be with someone that thinks it's a government conspiracy and you then say, we need to get vaccinated? Like, that doesn't work. Like, you would have to. You have to
so you vaccinated them.
I know a few couples that one's vaccinated, one's not.
Really?
I was just gonna say. I bet you there's a lot of couples that didn't know they were going to be on different sides of this until it came along, because that's not something that you really find out early.
There are Ohio State fans married to Michigan fans.
Mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling.
I could never. That was like when Dubs and I split up for a while, and I was like trying the dating field. Like that was a thing. Like I wouldn't date you if your fanship. Like my brother and I dated you depended on your fanship, like what teams you liked.
That's amazing.
I think Tiefel has to.
There's a lot of guys out there who dodged a bullet.
I'm amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. I think Tiefel would have to be with someone stupid, because that way he could always be right.
Well, first off, that's really, come on. It's too early in the morning for that judgment. All right. Secondly, it's not accurate.
It's not this morning. It's years of friendship that we made that judgment. It's not just.
I sat in a DeLorean. Okay, you will not ruin my week.
No, people need someone that gets him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just kidding.
Like he needs somebody who's going to challenge him. The next time you put a handcuff on me, I will call the police. Like. That kind of I'm not gonna put up with this. You just knocking me over the head. Yeah, like you're not gonna knock me over the head and throw me in a trunk. I'm gonna sit in the front seat like the rest of the normal girls.
Yeah. You don't have to do that for me. I'm actually gonna get in the car willingly.
How did this turn on?
Yeah, like she's turning around like, you don't have to chloroform me. I'm here willingly. Stop it.
It's 5 stories now.
He starts to put the rag towards her face.
Stop talking, you guys.
She grabs his arm and says, "It's okay. I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah.
No, she's gonna chloroform his ass.
Yeah.
I love that he yelled at me because I said he needed to be with someone stupid, and he just lets you guys talk about kidnapping and raping and everything else.
As they keep going, adding more and more stories.
When did you know she loved you, Christopher? Well, when I woke up in her trunk, it was I knew then that she was a keeper.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the one. But this time it was him.
Your kid is looking awfully determined to hurt you behind you.
Yes, he
and that crossed the line.
Stop.
That one hurt.
Well, yeah, he whipped him in the face.
Yeah.
He shut the door.
You ever do that when
He just grounded you to your room.
They think you're playing, but then it hurts. You're like, and you get mad. You're like,
yeah, and then you turn like it's an adult, like you were like, whoa, like, hey, I just got the Applebee's, bitch. You don't put your hands on me like that. Like I was like, wow, that. Oh, and then I turned around. I'm like, It's a dwarf.
Well, 'cause
okay, I can look at you like a dwarf.
They don't know how to. They don't know how to. Like they want to be part of the fun, but they don't exactly know how. So he wants to like hit you, but then it hurts you, and it snaps you like, "Whoa, whoa!"
Right? like, ooh, I was this close to CPS, right there.
I think
You were about to have what they call a Gina.
And I think, I think we'd be obligated to report too.
Wait, I didn't get it.
Foster mom.
Oh,
Yeah, like,
so
you
confused.
protect.
I think we'd be obligated to report it too if we saw it.
Yeah, exactly.
Send it to them in high def digital video.
Yeah, and I'd be on trial, and they'd rewind this, and they go, and this is the exact moment. Boom, boom. 7, 10 into it. Yep.
All right.
But at least we'd have 12 more listeners.
Anyone else got anything that they want to talk about before we jump into the news with Tiefel?
I would like to say God rest the soul of God, that guy from The Wire.
Dude from The Wire.
Damn it.
You can't. You
It's
can't.
Michael K. something.
Michael
Williams.
Weber, I think, or something.
No, Michael K. Williams.
Wait, hold on.
Williams.
You can't act like you care if you don't
Michael
even.
K. Williams. I know, and that's like the worst part is when you're trying to be sincere and then like his name
Yeah, that's
escapes
his name.
you. Michael K. Williams, and
Oh, man.
it's just it sucks. They come in threes, and so watch out. And I'm a little shook that I found out today that Grimace was a taste bud.
What?
Anybody? Yes, that's Grimace from the McDonald's commercials is a taste bud. Nobody. Yes,
An infected taste bud.
he is a taste bud.
Stop getting your
So-
news from internet memes.
I'm not getting my news from the internet. I'm getting my news from the news. So
Are you for real right now?
I
There was
am
supposed
for
to be a
real.
taste bud,
He
I'm
is supposed
Googling
to
it 'cause
be
I don't
a
believe
taste
him.
bud.
a blue infected taste
A
bud.
franchise manager in Canada unofficially explained that the fluffy purple character who tags along with Ronald McDonald is actually a taste bud.
What?
Yeah,
That's
McDonald's.
the coolest thing I've ever heard in my
Corporation- no.
life.
McDonald's Corporation says he's the embodiment of a milkshake, but that's
Or a
really
taste
gross.
bud.
Yeah,
Read the
but,
rest
I
of
mean-
the statement.
Though others still insist he's a taste bud.
I mean,
Still
he
says
does
that
bring a
they
lot of boys to the
say.
yard.
All
I
right,
just want
I don't
want
understand
everybody
how
to
he's the
know
embodiment of a milkshake.
That's amazing.
that when he touches you, he's tasting you.
two quick things.
Right? Are you just touch him?
Two quick things to that. Number one, we went to McDonald's in Sandusky coming home from Cedar Point, and the fucking milkshake machine was down. And I'm like, it still happens. Like, even though the government has
the FTC's on it.
I know, even though the government says that they're going to investigate this, but it like really happens. This isn't like
Do we not have 100 Americans trapped in Afghanistan?
we need
What
to
the-
find.
I'm sure when they get back,
Why don't we put a
They will
fucking ice cream
appreciate it
machine on one
if
of those
the-
planes
if the milkshake
and let
machine
them
is working.
investigate?
Donnie is
Yeah,
right. Donnie is right. There's
Yeah.
nothing better we can do for these Americans to make sure they have a milkshake at McDonald's when they get back.
Yeah. When they get back, they want a McFlurry. I say we give them all a free McFlurry when they get back.
Absolutely.
Maybe we ought to look into fixing all the fucking ice cream machines in Afghanistan.
Like there's any.
Now that is the least of their worries. And the other thing too, passed away. You're talking about passed away this weekend. Willard Scott. I love Willard Scott.
oh,
Willard Scott passed away this weekend. For those who don't know, he was before Al Roker. He was the weather guy on the Today Show for 35.
He
or
didn't
something.
even make it to his own shout out.
I know he didn't even make it to the night. He didn't even make it to 100, so they could shout him out on
Yeah.
Good Morning, on the Today Show. All right, a couple other quick things. Jobless Americans. Money ran out yesterday. That extra $300 supplemental unemployment benefits of the government ran out yesterday. And the headline in the Associated Press is jobless Americans will have few options as benefits expire. Well, one big option is get a fucking job. But I guess that's that's not, no, but I've been the one that
I mean,
says
that's among the options
it is among
of
the
the few.
Well, it says they only have few. One of the few is get a job. I don't know.
Yeah, but now, and this was always the thing. if you're an employer, you just had to be patient. If you could afford to be patient, then
Yep.
guess what? McDonald's
Come
$11 an hour sign is looking pretty fucking good right now, right?
Well, and we talked about this before. Is that I think a lot of people that they're not getting their they weren't going back to work for a myriad of reasons. One of them, they weren't going to get paid slave wage. They decided that their worth was more, and they weren't going to get paid slave wages anymore. Blah 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 blah. Well, I mean now it's. I mean,
Well, they
found nothing by now.
They did a study, and the states that ended the extended unemployment benefits programs early saw no real impact in their employment numbers on there. So if the extended unemployment, like everyone was saying, is what was keeping people from working, then those people would have seen a huge boon in their employment numbers, and they saw barely anything. In fact, the states that kept it saw a larger rise in their employment rates than the ones who didn't.
All right. And Britney Spears' boyfriend Sam is spotted browsing rings at Cartier.
Oh. Yes, because now he has access to her money.
You're right. Now the dad's not taking it all.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, guess who's got a Cash App card?
All right. I know Donny P, you had something you want to talk about?
I was just gonna say we put our Halloween stuff up yesterday. The girls, yes, it's time, baby.
Did.
Well, last year, I
don't
know if you guys remember, but last year, the way the weekends ended, I actually put it up at the end of August. So we waited a few extra days this time. At least it's September now. But yes, the tree is a new addition.
I like it. I would love
That's
the tree.
awesome.
I love the tree.
The girls are super pumped right now.
Oh yeah, you know what, Donnie? You know what you need to do is the tree needs to talk. And then you need to sit there at night in the window and just talk to the kids as they walk by. I know you'd love that. Would be fun.
That would be a blast.
Nothing creepy about that at all.
Yeah. And sure, Donnie does it. It's hilarious, good fun. I do it, and it's suddenly like,
yeah, that's because you're in
registering.
a real tree outside of a regular person's house
with no other Halloween decorations.
Yeah, and it's July.
All right, and what about you, Tiefel? What do you got?
I got right there. I sat in a DeLorean. I went to the convenience store the other night, and there was a guy with a DeLorean getting gas like it was a normal freaking thing to do.
You make that car look so tiny.
It is tiny. It is tiny, and it is so low to the ground. Like it is like being born.
He like rolls out of
thing.
it. He didn't even climb out. He just rolled out.
The car looks a lot bigger when Michael J. Fox is sitting in it.
Yeah. But yeah, he was there. But true to form to an actual DeLorean, except from the movie, he also needed me to give him a jump so that he could get back on the road. Yeah, the DeLoreans are notoriously mechanically bad, and so on there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a fulfillment of a childhood dream.
Oh, for sure.
Of doing that. So, and it was just random.
That's cool. That's super cool. All right. And now let's get into the did you have something, Demetrius, or are we?
Well, I got nope.
All right. Time for the WTF news with Ebenezer Bushrod. Go ahead, Bush.
Well, we're taking you to Tennessee first, where three schools recently had to go into lockdown because they heard shots fired. And since they were in the vicinity of the call, they locked down all the schools while police investigated, and they found out the cause. The cause was a soon-to-be father and his wife were on a Skype call or a Zoom call or whatever with the rest of their family, announcing the gender of their soon-to-be bundle of joy. And the father got so excited that he grabbed his pistol and fired several shots out the door up into the air. In celebration, and then his wife, out of excitement, screamed. So people heard gunshots, then a woman screaming, and called 911.
That's a perfect example of stupid. That's a perfect example of stupid with stupid. Like she screamed in excitement as well. She wasn't screaming that. What the fuck are you you doing, George? You can't shoot. No, she was screaming in excitement in celebratory excitement as well, because stupid is with stupid. Because if stupid wasn't with stupid, his dumb ass would be shooting the gun, and she'd be like, "Dude, what is wrong with you, you moron?" Blah blah blah. But she's going yeehaw too, and that's why stupid is with stupid.
Well,
I'm concerned that his
she-
first reaction when he is feeling highly emotional is to grab a gun. Like, that's concerning.
Go ahead.
I would like to think that she should have known that and probably should have broken it to him a little more gently. Like, he's an overreactor, right? You know that he tends to go to extremes like Mountain Dew. So you kind of got to whisper it to him. Hey,
Yeah, you can't. If you know that he's a trigger, he's a guy that gets triggered. And then you got to wonder, well, should you put the gun away before you're going to tell him? Does he wear it on his holster? Like he's one of those guys.
Could you unload it first?
I could never date a dude that wears his gun everywhere, like on a holster, like he's a fucking cop. Have you seen those guys?
That's what makes me go like this. What happened to you where you were like, damn it, I should have had my gun?
I had a neighbor that was mowing his lawn with his gun, and he was just mowing his lawn.
Like,
Hey,
do you just roll? Do you roll in the lawn and then pop up and go, and then continue to cut the grass? Is that
he's got a mole problem?
And the guys that are wearing the guns full time, like with the holster, like all the time, like going to the convenience store and everything, those are always the guys that look like they shouldn't have guns. Right?
I saw a guy at Walmart open carrying and just caressing a cantaloupe. But and it was just like it was at a point where I felt like maybe I should have stopped him, but he had a gun on his hip. And I'm like, whatever he's working out on this cantaloupe, I feel like maybe we should just go to the bread section.
It just seems like you're asking for more trouble. When you carry a gun like that, you're just asking for more trouble, I think. I don't know. I've never owned a gun.
Somebody to do some shit.
Yeah, he's always, but here's the problem too. They're always overzealous because they're always the reason they're doing that in their head. They see a scenario where they're going to be the lifesaver, and the problem is now they're elevating every situation to almost that point to where in their head, and you're like, whoa, all right, I put the gun away. He just wanted 3/4 instead of
he asked for. He asked for 3 regular quarters instead of 6 dimes and 3 nickels. I'm sorry.
Always looking for the reason. Well, all right. Well, you just give it to him then. I'll put this thing away. Okay.
Dude, could you imagine that? Like, I imagine that it's like that everywhere, though. You know, like before when there was like open carry swords and shit, and people were like, ye should not be carrying a sword without training. Ye, look at you. And they're like, thou should not tell me. It is my right to open carry my sword.
Throughout history, we've always had this. Open carry clubs, like with the caveman days.
Yep, they're like,
hey man, don't bring the club in here. Don't bring the club into the club.
I have carry permit with club. I have many hour club training.
I'm sorry, but you can't bring that club into this club. We're all partying in here. You got to leave the club.
But I want to bring a club in the club.
It's not a real club. It's a ceremonial club. This one's not a real one.
Well, we all know that distracted driving can be dangerous. A 139-year-old Omaha man found out the hard way and is now recovering from a stab wound to his upper right thigh. He was driving about 1 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning. He stopped at Taco Bell to get something to eat. First mistake. Then he's driving down the road talking with his buddy on his Bluetooth while also eating the Taco Bell and admiring the knife that his buddy gave him. And they're talking about the knife while he's driving down the road, and he hits a pothole and jams that knife right about 1.5 inches deep into his right thigh.
Jesus.
How big was the fucking pothole?
And what was that guy doing? Just like playing stabby motions with it? Like, man, this is the best.
Wait,
the best knife.
Like, I feel like the best way
Man,
is you're
John.
driving down the road while eating Taco Bell and admiring a knife. You hold the blade up, not down.
Then he would have
I don't
stabbed
think-
himself in the face.
I don't.
So
I'm not buying this story, you guys. I don't
No.
think you can't eat Taco Bell and admire the knife separately. He was eating Taco Bell with the knife. He was trying to pick it up and eat off of the knife, but then he stabbed a little too hard.
like he had
Have you ever
seen
tried-
like in the
Pothole.
movies with tough guys who like dig shit out of a fire and put it in their mouth with the blade. And they're like, "Ah, rah."
See, I think what he was
Yeah.
doing was he was trying to open the freaking hot sauces. Because here's the problem: if you don't open the hot sauce enough and you squirt, then it squirts all out into like a spray.
yeah, so
and it
Mars
gets on
did
your
that
shirt.
to me. She was sitting next to me, and we
Yeah.
had stopped at Taco Bell, and she was opening it up, and she got real quiet. And I looked over at her, and she's just looking at me like, as she had shot me, my whole arm and like in my hair. There was Taco Bell hot sauce all over me because she shot me with it.
Did you have high school flashbacks?
I never got shot with hot sauce in high school, if that's what you're saying.
No, that's not what he's
There's
saying.
there's
exactly
Rubicon,
what I'm saying.
There's a Rubicon line with the hot sauces from Taco Bell, because you can open them too little,
That's what I'm
but you
saying.
can also open them way too much. Like there's a line. There's like that perfect opening that you have to get to. It's very hard to do while you're driving.
See, that's what I'm saying. So he was trying to use the knife to get them open properly because he didn't want the spray, the hot sauce spray, because that's the worst.
He didn't want to get the
And
money
I-
shot.
And I disagree. I believe his girlfriend was in the car and caught him staring, and he's just so afraid of her that he won't put her in the vehicle. He said he stabbed himself.
So he drove himself to the Nebraska Medical Center, but
After
apparently
he
had
dropped her off.
and apparently had trouble finding the emergency room, so he had to flag down security to get him directions to the emergency room for the hospital. But yeah, he seems to be doing all right, except he probably won't be checking out knives while driving anymore. So don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I encourage if that's something that you think is a good idea, I encourage that. I encourage if those are the thoughts you have, please foster them.
All right, one more.
No, it's two more. So don't even do that. So all right, now taking you over to Russia, who are you going to vote for your district representative? Is it going to be Boris Wisniewski, or Boris Wisniewski, or Boris Wisniewski?
What?
You see, Boris Wisniewski already knew that two spoiler candidates had been put into the race against him as a local district representative, and they had already changed their names to match his, so people would get confused on the ballot, split the vote, and another candidate that people wanted to win would actually win. This is actually a fairly common practice in Russia, and we actually had it happen down in Florida during the last election for congressional representation. So now, what he didn't expect is when the actual pictures got published of the candidates, they actually went and modeled themselves visually after the candidate on there. So they had not only taken his name, but they had also taken his appearance on there. His same goatee. They're all balding, older men on there. And in fact, I'm trying.
Or Russian women.
Or Russian women.
And so if you want to share that, Gina, it's on there. You can see what they've done their best to look like each other. Now, the way that you could tell the actual candidate is he was the only one that actually.
People.
All right.
There we go.
And the way that you could tell the actual candidate is he's the only one that bothered wearing a tie.
Oh.
So wait a
on
minute. So I'm supposed to believe that these other two white Russian dudes did something to their appearance to make them look like this third white Russian dude.
Yeah,
Don't they all just look like white Russian dudes?
They cut their hair. They grew out their beards to look similar. They did everything they could to look as similar as possible.
They all. Well, I'm telling you, I feel now. I understand how you guys feel when you like identify like black people in crime.
But yeah, so I mean, it's he's got quite the hurdle to come over. I just thought it was a little interesting there to see. Not only did they do the names, but they were trying to look like him as well.
All right, there's WTF News.
One more. Oh, don't even.
Wait, before you say this story, I just want to show you guys something. This is the thumbnail from the live right now that's up. It made me laugh. Look at their faces. They look like you guys look like you're in a virtual WWF.
Tiefel looks like somebody took the last Oreo and put the container back in the cabinet.
Yeah. Well, God, that is the worst. We both look so stupid. It's like why couldn't there have been anyone smart and like handsome like Demetrius, you or Donny? Put someone in that.
You said it comes in pairs, bro.
You guys look like you're doing one of those boxing standoff like promo thingies, only virtually.
It looks like the worst show I'd ever want to watch. Like I would never click on this show on Facebook.
No. Anyways, I just want to share that before Tiefel went into his 5th story or something like
first off, it's
85th story.
I hate you all. Anyway, a 23-year-old woman from Desert Hot Springs, California, is facing charges for false reports to police because of a viral video that she shot. She was at Costco and she saw an interracial family: white mother, white father, couple white kids, and a black teenage girl. And they were eating at the food court there at the Costco, and she apparently thought that the young black girl looked distressed in some way, and shot video of it and went up and tried to see if she was okay, if she was sad, then followed the family out of the Costco, making claims that they were kidnapping the girl and that they were, that they were raping and trafficking her and all this stuff. The video went viral, and people identified the family, contacted their places of work, their doctors, everything that they could find online about this family. And obviously calling CPS and the local county sheriffs and everything on this family, only for authorities to actually look into it and find that they're just a regular family and there was no abuse. There was nothing. This woman just made these accusations and talked to police and posted this video with absolutely no basis on there. So, just a little lesson. Be careful what you follow on online. Make sure it's accurate.
Terrorizing this family, and they didn't do anything wrong except have a.
How about you go to their Facebook page and just click through their photos? How about that? Just a couple of Christmases, just a couple.
Yeah.
Just to see if she shows up in a couple of pictures in the same pajamas. That kind of shit.
Same pajamas. Exactly. All right. Thank you, Ebenezer Bushrod. We do appreciate your WTF news.
Got a weird way to showing it.
Demetrius Nicodemus. If you need some insurance, contact him. He's your Liberty Mutual Insurance agent. He reports directly to Limu Emu.
I do, and that bird has been very, very aggressive lately. So I'm telling you, it's very hard to go in there with bad news to a bird that has such a long, strong neck.
I hear emu meat is really good.
It's migration season.
Emu is Alec Baldwin and Glenn Ross. Coffee for closers, Demetrius.
That's my favorite.
4 more is like, I'll get the numbers up.
My favorite commercials is when Doug is talking to him and he accidentally hits the filter, and then the other emu filter comes on, and then the bird just starts hitting the screen. Oh my God, I can't. All right. If you need a car, go see Donny P. Donny is selling car on car. Every picture I see more pictures of him with cars than with his family. And he posts a lot of pictures of his family.
And I saw 2 of those cars at Cedar Point with him. It was weird.
There's a pineapple
wearing
pineapples.
pineapples.
Pineapple license plate bracket.
Donny P is our car guy over there at Taylor Kia, and Gina's got a lot of time on her hands. So if you need her to do some stuff for Gabella,
Gina, we need you to do some sleuthing on this Cedar Point After Dark business.
Oh, I already know all about it.
First of all, I
Oh.
don't like the way you're caressing that arm. That's
I
a
know.
little weird.
Well,
She's like, yeah,
springs
I
are-
already know all about it.
Are you playing the banjo? What are you doing?
The springs are loose.
They're not going to get any tighter. You messing with them?
Dude, there was a band this weekend at Cedar Point.
Okay.
The girl, first of all, it was a 5-piece band, and the girl, it wasn't even the band, it was Franklin Frederer or something, I don't know. But the girl, she, like everyone else played instruments. Like the guy played bass, the other guy played guitar, the other guy played drums. She, on the other hand, was the lead singer, and it sounded phenomenal. But she also played the washboard, the mini guitar. She played the flute.
You mean a ukulele?
Whatever, I don't know. Dude.
You just named like 3 instruments while saying that she wasn't playing instruments.
Well, I mean, she was.
Is a washboard an instrument?
I mean, anything's an instrument if you pound it or strum on it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Not
That's-
seen stop.
You ever seen like one of those bands? It's like 2 or 3 guys or girls, and one of them just sitting in a box and they're slapping the box.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there, the
that's-
box is an instrument.
yeah.
yeah, there's just a box slapping a box. I think that's so
Yeah.
cool.
I've always wanted to be on stage in a band. Like I've always wanted to be in a band, but I have no musical talent. I just want to be the box guy because I
Yeah,
can do
slap
that.
the
All you
box,
gotta do is all you gotta do is hold rhythm. I mean, it's not like, oh my god, that box guy is so good.
Yeah, like he's never gonna go, I'm breaking off for a solo album. You know, that guy, he's just happy to be in a fucking band playing his box.
Yes. And then this girl, she had this Edward Scissorhands glove that she put on. So she put it on, and it's a long glove, and it's got all the fingers are metal tips. So then she'd be strumming and she wore the washboard. So it had shoulder things on it. So she put it on and she was strumming her chest like
Sounds dangerous. Sounds like that's accidentally how you stab yourself when you're driving.
Sounds like some white people shit. This is what
It
that
does
sounds
sound
like.
white people.
That is, black people don't walk by that and go, that's a fucking instrument. They go, put that bitch down. Ain't nobody doing laundry.
Oh my god!
next
I
song.
just looked up that glove, and they're creepy looking.
I told you, put it up. I told you she had these gloves on and she's just strumming herself. And it was awkward. It was awkward, but the band was really good. But and then the next song she played the little tiny guitar, and the next song she played the flute, and then she go back to the glove, and it was just.
See, I never trust people who can play more than one instrument. It's just like you can't commit to nothing, really. Not one fucking thing. Not even an instrument. You can't
Well,
just
she was
play.
at Cedar Point. She's a swinger.
Yeah, obviously she works with multiple instruments, baby. All right, so Donnie,
if you're wearing a pineapple. Hold on, I got it. Hang on.
All right, I want to show you this glove.
There was a bunch. I just sent the one.
Wait,
creepy
first of
one.
all, that doesn't look anything at all like Edward Scissorhands.
Well, I don't
Well, I
know.
don't know if that's only. There's like a bunch of different ones.
So they're what I'm thinking of. It's more like Catwoman.
Oh, here's
Yeah.
a cool looking one.
Where'd it go? Oh, wait.
Wow, there is nothing.
I don't know what I'm
more
doing.
entertaining than watching you guys describe yourselves looking at things on the screen.
I'm trying to put it up. Hang on.
Wow, there's a lot of weird
That's
ones
what she
here.
said.
That's crazy. All right, you guys gotta go.
Shut up. I have COVID brain fog. Leave me
that's
alone.
That's it, Gina. That's what she had on. She had that thing
That
on.
doesn't look anything at all like Edward Scissor. There's nothing scissor-like about that.
No, but I mean,
Those are thimbles. She
They're
shoves her
it's
fingers in
Edward
thimbles.
Played
Thimble
Monopoly.
hands.
she sewed thimbles into the.
There's like 5 families in the neighborhood like this. Where the fuck is the thimble out of this game?
She rated every Monopoly game in the neighborhood. to make
What
this
you don't
glove.
see is on her left hand are tiny top hats.
Oh, Donnie put another picture up. Hang on.
There's a bunch.
This one
Oh,
looks even more janky.
Oh my god.
No, this one looks at least slightly more Edward Scissorhandy. Hang on.
The one that he just said.
Hers was pointy.
Yeah.
Hers were definitely. It was not thimbley. Hers was more pointy.
Well,
Like-
these are a little more pointy. Hold on, I'm working on it.
All
I
right.
think this is the one. No, that's the same one. Hang on.
Okay. Don't forget, Gina's body is been overrun by the Rona. So
Yeah,
Chris
I
is secretly
seriously brain
stewing
fog
right now.
Brain fog
because
is
he's like-
seriously a thing.
But D,
Chris is like, I could have done 4 more stories.
I could have.
There we go.
yeah,
That's
there you
that's
go.
a
That's,
little bit.
yeah, but hers was black. But yeah, just like that, and it's just like ooh.
Wow.
All right.
Wow, that's awesome.
Ooh,
That is
fancy.
thanks. Man,
That's worth it.
Her name. Her name. The name of the band was Elefante. Hold on, let me look.
That wasn't even close to what you said.
Fanciest elephant I've ever heard.
I know. Yeah. Yep.
Is that a French
Mhm.
elephant?
Yep.
Elefante.
You find
Italian.
Elefante in the parking lot of Target.
Oh, here it's called. The band is called Larry Elefante. Larry
That
Elefante.
just sounds like somebody's name.
Elefante. Larry Elefante.
It sounds like they were just they just been sued by Harry, and they were like, we'll change the first 2 letters in the first in the beginning and the last name. That's what we'll do.
We're not
Now
Harry Elefante.
Yeah,
We're
now
Larry.
we're Larry Elefante. Bang bang.
Like they just opened up a phone book and just boom.
Thank you all. Appreciate you guys. It's a fun show. Gina, hope you get better. And we'll see you guys next week. Oh, and I'm gonna be at Amazon in Rossford all day today. So, all right, bye, y'all. Gina, you want to end this thing?
Bye.
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
Come on!